Hi everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to repackage food on the cheap. Yes, we are. We're protecting our investment. Food in most parts of the country has become very unaffordable for a lot of people. So when we're buying things for long-term food storage, we really need to get them repackaged. That way no critters can get to it, no moisture can get to it, those kind of things. We want to make sure our food doesn't sit on the shelf and spoil. That would be awful, right? But we want to do it cheaply so we can spend more money on the food going in the containers. I personally, as you know, I ask friends and neighbors, anyone, to save jars for me if they're planning on throwing them away. And they do it, and it's worked out great for us. So we're going to do some cheap repackaging, but first I want to show you the investment that we made. I got a good deal, guys. Let's go check it out. Okay, friends, we're outside underneath our umbrella here. We've been getting rain, so I had to cover all these. But this was my deal of the month, okay? Our friend, he used to have a honey business, and he had a bunch of mason jars that have never been opened, had never been used. I did open these, and I used 7 of them already to start the canning of my potatoes. Every single jar sealed. These are the old school ones, okay? It's a real nice, thick rubber seal. So I just did old school and kept them boiling the whole time as I'm canning, which I do with the new lids as well. It's just habit. But I kept it boiling the whole time. I was doing my canning session, and then every single one sealed. So let me tell you, I bought 5 cases. Okay, 5 cases. These are quart-sized jars for $30. Now, even if I wasn't able to use those lids, the $30 still would have been a fantastic deal. But the fact that the lids are usable, I'm just blown away and super excited about it. Check your Craigslist, talk to your friends. I mean, he knows I can because, you know, I will sell canned goods at the market, and that's why he approached me about it. I'm sure a lot of your friends may have some mason jars sitting in the back of their pantries that they may be willing to sell to you. All right, friends, let's see the other cheap, dirt cheap, I'm talking the free repackaging side. All right, what are we repackaging this week? It's been a couple weeks since we did a repackaging video, but honestly, I haven't had a bunch of jars and things to get repackaged, but I do now, and we're going to take care of it. These are the potatoes I was talking about. I just did them the other day, okay? The jars, all 7 of them that I used sealed. These are the old Kerr jars. All the seals were good. Don't be afraid to purchase old new jars, because 99.99% of the time that lid is absolutely gonna seal for you. So I'm thrilled about this. I took a chance, you know. I put all 7 in the canner at once, and that was about 11 pounds of potatoes, and they all sealed, and they sealed quickly. And I do think it's because I had those lids in boiling water through the entire, from before I even started chopping the potatoes. I started simmering those lids in water to get them nice and soft. So enough about that. Let's talk about repackaging. And here, I wanted you to see what it is. It's garbanzo beans. I do have some other garbanzo beans that if I take these out of the plastic and put them back in the jar, I'll be able to add to them, and then we'll have a full jar. But for now, 1 pound of garbanzo beans in its original packaging inside this jar that we got from a friend, and I do believe it was okra. The whole jar was filled with pickled okra. This jar was a oh gosh, what's it called? Like this, freeze-dried coffee jar is what this was. And it now holds my baking soda, my overflow baking soda. These are, remember we picked up these navy beans at 99 cents a pound? Well, guess what? This is, let's see, okay, this was Alfredo sauce, and this was regular spaghetti sauce, 1 pound. This jar held just a little more than a pound, and this held a little less, but between them, we got all of our navy beans with an oxygen absorber, sealed up and protected. This obviously is Red Diamond Instant Coffee. Okay, I haven't put an oxygen absorber in here. This jar actually had some pinto beans in it, and it was only like halfway, so I filled it rest of the way up with some of these pinto beans. And then this one is not filled up all the way. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and can these beans that are inside of here, and we'll use this for a different kind of bean, because I do have a couple packages over here. I have some lentils and some red beans. So maybe we'll replace those in there for the pintos and then go ahead and cook the pintos. I saved and washed this red wine vinegar container, and that's exactly what I'll probably put back into it, is one of my homemade vinegars when it's ready to be eaten. I think that'll be great. I'm going to soak it again and see if we can't get these labels off. If not, I'll go to a friend's house and ask them to run it through their dishwasher. That usually always does the trick for me. This was a Kinko Man sauce. Teriyaki sauce, yes, I kept that. These are perfect to keep for your own sauces, for your own salad dressings and things of that nature. The stuff you make homemade, or if you buy in bulk and you need to split something up, these jars are excellent for those kind of things. And oils, it's excellent for oils. Let's say you buy in bulk and you only want a little in your kitchen at a time. All right, friends. An empty Nido container. We have been using it. We have people say, why aren't you milking Sassy? I thought you were milking Sassy. Why are you using powdered milk? Well, Sassy, our milk goat, she is off with her boyfriend right now. And hopefully we will be having some baby goats from her in the springtime. So for now and for a long while, we will not be milking her for our own benefit. So we've been using alternatives. This Nido is empty now, and I've got to tell you, we've been using this Swiss Miss non-fat. Okay, now, Nido is the best, 100% the best. It is vitamin D, full, 100% milk, wonderful, delicious, okay? But it doesn't last as long as non-fat milk. Non-fat milk will last forever, literally, if you protect it, okay? So it doesn't have a lot of flavor. It's not as good. But this stuff, this is good. This is tasty. It is so good. I've put it on my cereal. I made my hot cocoa with it. I mean, I've done a lot of stuff with this non-fat milk that I wouldn't use the other non-fat milk, like the stuff we get from Walmart, which I love in the little packets. I use that to make my soups and things like that. But this is worth drinking, like getting cold in the refrigerator and actually drinking. It's fabulous. I highly recommend Swiss Miss non-fat milk for long-term storage in your pantry. I just can't say enough about it. It says here you'll get 3.5 gallons out of this. And you know what? I don't know how much this cost. I just do not know how much this cost because it's that old. But we certainly could look it up on what they cost now, but 3.5 gallons is a lot, especially when you're making it in small quantities. Now, if you had a large family, you probably would make it a gallon at a time, especially if you have refrigeration, right? But if you don't have refrigeration and you're only making what you need when you need it, this will last you a good long time. I can't say enough about it, guys. And we are big milk drinkers. So I don't know. I'm not calling myself an expert on it, but if you can get this at a decent price, it's definitely worth picking up. We emptied the chicken container. Now, remember last time I showed you the beef one? And we were like, no bueno. It's no good. We couldn't eat it. Well, this is kind of the same deal. It's empty, but that's because our dogs ate it. I cooked them 2 cups of this every night until this was gone. It only took a few days. But the problem for me was texture. Never could get it to rehydrate. No matter how long I left the water, no matter how hot the water was, I couldn't get those chicken bites to rehydrate to the proper texture for me. They still were a little chewy, and I couldn't do it, guys. I couldn't do it. So I gave it to the dogs and it worked out. So in the future, if we're, for us, and I'm not saying for you, everybody has their things and things they like, things they don't like. Texture is a thing for me, and if it's wrong on meat, I don't care what kind of meat it is, I will not be able to eat it. So, and for some people, they don't care. They'll just eat it or put some barbecue sauce on it, throw it in a bun, you know, they're okay with that, or put it in a soup. Everybody's different. I'm not telling you not to buy diced white chicken that's been freeze-dried. I'm not telling you that at all, okay? This one was past its date, and it just wasn't my thing. I have a couple bags of beans here that I still need to do some repacking on, which I think, like we said, we'll put in there. So there you have it. Dirt cheap, free repackaging. 90% of all these containers came from our friends and neighbors. Because I'm not afraid to say, hey, if you have extra glass containers that you're going to throw away, will you hold on to them for me? That's all I say. And 100% of the time, they say, oh, of course. And then when they hand you a bag full of the things, they're so excited to do it because they know you appreciate it. And it didn't cost them any money. It didn't cost them any time. So I can't stress that enough. Don't be afraid to ask, you know, family, co-workers, neighbors, friends, whoever, to save containers for you. All right, friends, leave us a comment. Let us know what you're repackaging, how you're repackaging. Give us a thumbs up, and we are going to be talking to you really soon. Do not forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. We love you all, and may Yah bless you and keep you forever.